Hi there. So the WWDC 22 just happened, and as expected, they were supposed to bring new features, and the main feature was mainly iOS 16 and bringing a ton of new devices to their users. And so they give us almost 2 hours of presenting the new features that are coming to the industry, starting with iOS 16, the new MacBooks, macOS Ventura, which is the new name for this year, watchOS, and the iPadOS. But specifically in this video, we shall be focusing on iOS 16, which I'm particularly more focused on this channel. And we'll be discussing the main features that were mentioned, and I'll be giving my opinion about it. So let's get started. So last year with iOS 15, it brought about customization, and mainly the customization came about in the home screen. And this time it has brought customization to the lock screen, which has been long awaited. And now you can customize your lock screen, more like personalize your lock screen, and it's really cool. Starting off is when you hold your screen, you have the option to customize, and you can swipe immediately to change the styles. It's like changing filters in the phone editing app. You can change the fonts of the time and choose different colors, and even set it at different color shades and font shades. And the fact that you can do it right there at the lock screen is really impressive. You don't have to go to the settings app to customize anything. Yeah, that's just cool. And finally, one of the best features literally is you can now add widgets to your lock screen, and probably the one that will be used mostly is the one for checking the battery of your AirPods, the calendar one, and another one from the home app, which is a new update. And now you can see the current situation from the home on the home widget. So for example, if the house is locked, it's going to show you right there. Even though I don't use the home app, it will be really great for those people who use it. And they've also made it possible for you to have multiple lock screen, which will be saved right when you customize them, and you can switch to any at any time that you want. They have also brought this customization to the focus mode that was introduced last year. So for example, if you turn on sleep in focus, you can set a wallpaper for specifically that focus. If you turn on read in focus, you can also customize that. So whenever you switch to any focus that you want, the wallpaper that you chose right there in any customization that you did will appear, which is just really good. And they also have a variety of pre-saved wallpapers, which is really cool. Like this one looks really cool, and it's more like a live wallpaper. So for example, if it's raining, the weather wallpaper will be showing that it's raining and bringing all kinds of animations. And this is an improvement to the live wallpapers, whereas before you had to hold down your phone so that the live wallpapers can be animated, which I just never understood the point of that. And so bringing this is really cool. And one cool thing that I noticed is that when you unlock, the wallpaper smoothly animates from your lock screen to your home screen, which looks so cool. And so the second bit of updates is in notifications, still on the lock screen. Right now the notifications have been redesigned, and they now won't fill up your whole lock screen. They will now appear at the bottom, and you now also have the option to hide the notifications, which just looks cool. And for a long time, I've always thought that Android has a better notification system, and iPhone bringing this sets a little bit of competition between the two, and I'll be curious to test it out and see my favorite. And by the way, for more reviews like these, I do tutorials and tech reviews. Be sure to hit that like button if you are enjoying, and subscribe if you are new, and join the family. And still on notifications, there is now a new feature called Live Activities, which will now show you the live updates on the notifications. For example, if you're waiting for an Uber ride, it will show you the live notification right there on the lock screen. If you are following a game, it can show you the live updates, which is just so cool. And this will be activated with all the apps that are supported with this. And so the next new features were in iMessages. Probably one of the most requested features in iMessages has now come, and you can now unsend a text that you had sent. And more to that is that now you can even edit a text that you had already sent, and it will give a little bit of notification, written, edited. And I see a lot of pranks being done with this, and it isn't done correctly. It can really be misused. And now you can also mark a text as unread for you to go and read it later. And one other big feature that has also been added is in SharePlay. So SharePlay was introduced last year, where you could FaceTime somebody and you can share your screen. Now this has been brought to Messages, and if you're texting with somebody, you can watch a movie simultaneously and while texting, which is really cool, by the way. The other new features are in Dictation, and these features has always dominated in the Google Pixel phone. And now you can dictate text and type right there without the keyboard disappearing. And you can also select a section and you can edit it with your voice, which is really cool. And this just makes dictation and texting way faster than before. And so, do you remember last year in iOS 15, the new features that was brought that was called live text? And so this has now been taken to the next level and has now been brought in video. So if you're watching a video and you pause it, you can now select text that is in the video and copy and paste it somewhere else. And this will really be useful, especially for students. And in addition to that, another new feature that is just really cool has just been announced. So if you go to a picture and hold on to a subject, it will be able to remove the background of that subject, and you can copy it and move it in Messages or the Notes app. And it does this so quickly, and it's just amazing. It just takes everything that you do on an editing software and does it in seconds. It's just amazing. The other new feature that was introduced is iCloud photo sharing, where you can share photos with other family members, which you can also activate when you take pictures. It will use AI to add to that sharing library. And the other main feature that was added was on privacy, and these are supposed mainly to protect people that are in abusive relationships. And so this allows you to revoke somebody from accessing your password, and you can pretty much protect your data with that. And so after all that, you can see that it's a really big software. And something to note is that this is only available to the iPhone 8 and newer, and it's about time you say that kind of the end of the iPhone 7. And I really expected that the iPhone 7 would not get, which I'm still using, by the way, right here. And I wasn't surprised when I saw that it wasn't listed, but this will now be available on the iPhone 8 and later. But then something to note is that still on the iPhone 8 and the 8 Plus, it won't have any features because the iPhone 8 doesn't have a neural engine. And so features such as live text and other updates in maps will not be on the iPhone 8 and the 8 Plus and the iPhone SE. And by the way, the iPhone SE first generation will also not receive this update. And so pretty much the devices that will enjoy this software is the iPhone 10 and newer. And there are also other rumors about the features that were to be expected in iOS 16. Apple introducing an always-on display to their phones, which hasn't happened, but it's not really a big feature because these days when you lift up your phone, they automatically detect it and the display turns on. So it's not really a big feature, but it would be nice to have that because Android has always had that, and it has now brought customization, so shouldn't be a big feature not to add. So this software will be publicly released in September, but you can access it right now and access the beta versions of this software. But there's a caution. If you want to access this software, it's okay, but you should do this with a secondary phone. You are advised to install the beta versions in a secondary phone that is not your main phone, because these are still not complete versions and they can cause problems to your phone. So sometimes you might find that your phone doesn't really work well. It's because of these bugs, but it's not really that much of a big risk because last year I started on in the first beta of iOS 15 all the way to the end to when it was released, and I never had any issues. So it's kind of a 50-50 situation, but yeah, if you want to try it out, it's okay and you can enjoy the new features. So finally, this raises the question that, is this the iPhone we have always wanted? I mean, we have customization now in the home screen and now in the lock screen, and apart from that Lightning cable, which should be totally removed and replaced with USB Type-C, I think this should be the iPhone that we've always wanted, and maybe a better camera. And yeah, it should be fun to see what Apple has in store for us in the next few years. So leave a comment and let's have a chat about that. Yeah, that's been it. My name is Ian Duncan. I do app stories and tech reviews, and I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm out. Peace.